Namaste, namaste, and welcome to our online retreat here, online ashram, ashram. It's quite a beautiful place. It's got lots of space. And it's all over the place. And it's the self, it's the being. The being is everywhere. It's unbounded, and it underlies everything everywhere. And permeates it all. And creates it all. Creates the appearance of it all of it. So it's a beautiful place, really beautiful place. And it's this silence, this stillness. Stillness is so beautiful. Really. Stillness is everywhere. Everywhere. And in the stillness there's no problems, no thoughts, no emotions, no sensations, no perceptions. It's just silent stillness. It's your being, it's the self, all by itself. And we get to bask in that, because that's what we are. That's what we are. So we just want to get in a little deeper, to get clean, get really clean and clear. And so this is what we do. We just sit here being simple, innocent. No, nothing to learn, nothing to do, nothing to study, nothing to know. We just sit and we just be what we are, as this silent presence. It's everywhere, all around. It's a beautiful thing, beautiful. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. No matter what you look like or feel like, you're beautiful. And you just have to take a good look at yourself beyond the mind, all the beliefs and concepts and attitudes and moods and pains and problems. We get beyond all of that to have what we really are emerge a little more, just come up a little more, right in front of us, so that we don't really have to do anything, we just be, because this being itself, on its own, by its own power, it comes more awake to itself right here in front of us, all around us. And so we don't have to try to dial down the thoughts or the sensations, the excitations. We don't have to dial down the emotions or moods or attitudes. all we do is just to let go, just let go, and just allow the being to come in. And the being, when it comes in a little more, it sneaks up on us, sneaks up on the mind. It comes in, and the mind doesn't even know what's happening. The mind is thinking about something, analyzing, evaluating, judging. It's just judging, it's busy. But behind that mind, there is just this light, like a sheen of smoothness that comes up, and it just sees itself. Really, it just sees itself without looking, without eyes. It doesn't need an eye to see itself, even though we could say it's the one eye of all, one self of all. But it just comes in a little more when you're just simple, innocent, like we are now, and as a result, the body settles, the agitation settles a little bit, and the thoughts and the emotions, they automatically get turned down a little bit, just a little bit, only because the being itself is becoming more awake to itself. Because what it is it's a field, infinite, unbounded field, that is really the source of all existence. After all, without awareness, without pure awareness itself, nothing could exist. In order for anything to exist, we have to be aware of it, someone, somewhere. If we still experience being a person. But really, what you are is awareness itself. It's just awareness. The one self of all. And that awareness, it comes in and it brightens itself. It's on sort of an auto tune. It tunes in. It has to get through all of the lens of the body mind, and to adjust, fine tune the lens of the body mind, so it gets a clear picture of what, well, of itself in the appearance of the world around us. Here. And so this is what it does. This is what it's doing now. It's using your body mind to adjust, to turn the knobs of the emotions, the attitudes, the beliefs, all those knobs, to be able to fine-tuned so that it can use this body better, use our bodies better to experience itself, to experience the true reality of itself, which is just this pure, unbounded being that is ever in the process of brightening itself, of heightening itself. It's always constantly embracing itself, turning back upon itself to fall more in love with itself. And in the process, it creates the appearance of the world and body-mind world around us here. So this is what's taking place. And all we do is we just sit and be simple. Be simple. I mean, we don't have to learn anything. No. Being is the home, the source of all knowledge. It's the source of creation. So if we knew about that field, that unbounded field, and if we could allow it to become more dominant, more predominant, to use our body minds so it can know itself more deeply, more clearly, then, well, at some point, all knowledge would be there beyond our wildest imagination. Something that we could not possibly learn in school or in university or in the university of life itself. Because it's the university, the infinite university of being, really defined being. And wouldn't we like to study in that university? Well, we are. We're doing that to the degree we can, to the best we can. You know, we have to go through the different classes, you know. And this is what we're doing now. And so it's a beautiful thing, because in the space all around you, you know, in that classroom of the infinite space all around you, here now, the being is learning more about itself. It's really coming awake to itself a little more, coming just more and more intimate with itself. Because, well, what else is there? What else is there? So it gets to know itself a little more fully, more deeply. And so we just sit here and allow the being to use the whole body-mind. And because after all, the body-mind is the expressed appearance of the total potential of consciousness, of the field, of infinite field of consciousness, at a point. and you know, it only uses, we know, the human life only uses a very small fraction of the potential, very, very small fraction. Very small fraction. And so, then, of course, the being can't reflect, can't know the depth of its own infinity when the body-mind is not able to reflect the full value of it. But it can reflect the unboundedness, the unbounded stillness, because that's what we are. And we wake up to being just what we are, as that unbounded awareness itself. That unbounded field of silent peace, silent, infinite light of consciousness, in which all of this is contained. All of this is contained in that being, that unbounded reality of the self, yourself. It's what you are. It's really what you are. Not this little body-mind, not just the little body-mind. You're that unbounded being. But you know something? The being, that unbounded, infinite being that you really are, cannot really know the full value of itself through the apparatus of a body-mind that is not refined, not cleaned up, fine-tuned. And so what it's doing, aside from sneaking in all around you right now, and behind all of the perceptions, all of the thoughts and emotions and sensations sneaking up on you. Aside from that, it is also refining your nervous system, refining your body, fine-tuning. It's not, it doesn't really, well, it has an autofocus, and it's automatically refining, rarefying, just fine-tuning the body-mind a little bit more, so that the being itself can deepen its own experience of itself through you. This is what you're for. Not to belittle what we think we are doing in life, in the world. You may be a professor, you may be a great being, a great person, but really what you're for is the vehicle, so that the being itself can experience more of itself, to really unfold more of the beautiful levels, layers of itself, which are all so beautiful and divine and spectacular, just spectacular, wonderful, majestic, so grand and great, and that's what it's using us all, to refine us all, and sometimes it can be beautiful waves of bliss that take place in the refining process, waves of energy and bliss and intelligence and all of that. Other times it can be a little bit of roughness there, some stress release, of some of this stuff that we've collected that has to get out. It's not doesn't really have a purpose other than to block us, to keep us down. So we don't want that stuff. We don't want that old stress, old stuff. And so when it comes out, well, it may sometimes not be so comfortable. But we know that it has to go. And so we just allow and be with the being. Be with the being. And it comes and it goes. Goes. Like that. We look around the world and we see that, my God, the whole world is unstressing. they're not experiencing the bliss of the being through a more refined mechanism, so that the being can experience more of the true divine reality of itself. What most people are experiencing is just this stuff coming up. It's in the process. They're in the process of being refined and fine-tuned. So, being fine-tuned. And so we just want to be with the joy, with the bliss, with the opening that is taking place. Natural thing. A natural thing. It's a natural thing. And so when we get caught in those stress-related thoughts and ideas and concepts that dull the being, can't experience the clarity of itself, then we just understand that those moods and dominant thoughts that can occur, when we're getting purified a little more. It's just something on the way out. And we don't mind. It's a good thing. But we don't need to act on those crazy thoughts that come up. Just be easy with it all. Just allow it. And when there's some nice smoothness there, smooth feeling, then we just be with that. And so, just be with that. So this is the thing. We're just allowing whatever is happening to happen. That's the thing. And the being, what is really happening, is the being itself is using your body to deepen its own experience of itself and unfold more and more of the divine reality of itself to itself. Because it's just so exquisitely beautiful. It really is. And we don't want to miss that. We don't want to be caught in all of the stress-related thoughts and feelings that come up. We just want to have this field, this unbounded field that we are, as the being itself, become a little bit more awake to its fine impulses, its finest impulse of the flow of itself, the silent flow of itself that is quite lively. It's a liveliness, it's a joy. There's a joy, a silent joy. and so it's the being itself that is awake, a little bit more awake to itself. That's all. It becomes more awake. And so what takes place is, well, what happens really is the mind can't really think. It doesn't need to think. It doesn't need thoughts there. Because the light of consciousness that enables thoughts to be, enables the mind to think, that's what brightens. That comes a little brighter. And so even if we had lots of thoughts or moods or sensations, and they can still be there, but what's happening really is the perception, and even the perception of all of this is coming more clear. It's coming more clear just simply because the being itself is seeing itself more clearly. And so whatever thoughts do come up, whatever emotions do come up, they're more clear. We can see them clearly. But the silent stillness of the pure awareness itself, that is really all around us now, that is the field upon which all these perceptions appear, and all of the thoughts and emotions, sensations can exist. That field of pure being itself, that light of consciousness, just brightens itself, comes a little brighter, all by itself. And so because it is yourself, it's the real self, the real pure awareness that you really are, in which all of these, the whole body, mind, and world is contained in that. So of course, when that becomes more awake to itself, then everything becomes clear. Thoughts become clear if they're there. Feelings, emotions, all of that becomes clear. Because the being itself is coming more awake. More awake, more awake. And so it has to come awake to itself, to its own boundless reality, to its own infinity, more and more predominantly and intensely, so that before it can really begin to find all the beautiful textures, divine textures of itself that are there, that are here now, that are everywhere, that are all around, that have been maybe covered up by the false identification with the body, mind, and the perceptions, the forms and phenomena all around us have been covering up being's own experience of the divine reality of itself. And so we don't want to cover that up anymore, because it's so beautiful, so precious, so lovely, so exquisite. This is so exquisite. If we really know what exquisiteness is, and amplify that millions of times, then we get to the true reality. The being gets to the true reality of itself, which is so delightful, really, so delightful, so joyful. And then when it gets more to the true reality of itself, it penetrates that into the body mind. It gets permeated. Whole body mind gets permeated with this transparent lightness, just lightness, pure lightness and light, and so it becomes more renewed, more refreshed, more just more better, just better, and it feels so good, it just really feels so good, because what it is, it's all those we know we're not this body mind person, really. That really what body mind person is, and all of the world around, it's just intelligence. It's cosmic intelligence. Cosmic intelligence. And so this cosmic intelligence is it is able to be itself, be more like it actually is. It doesn't have a persona to get it into the experience of being a human being. It's just natural. It's natural. All of the devas, all of the gods, all of these laws of nature that function and run, operate the whole universe all around, they're all centered right at the point of the body. and they become awake at the point of the body. The infinite, unbounded reality of this cosmic intelligence, just like the cosmic being that you are itself, comes awake to itself at the point of the body. And so everything is just so functions so smoothly, so naturally. Much more joy is there in life, because after all, that's what these laws of nature are. They're just joy. They just love creating the appearance of form. And so there they are. Here they are. Just let them be. Just be so simple, innocent, open. And because they've been here all along anyway, trying to get through to you, through the mind, through the emotions. They've been there all along, trying to support you and help you out. But you couldn't. We're so involved in the little me that we couldn't tune in to firstly to ourself, and then into the fine divine qualities that make up the appearance of the body mind, that are really disguised in the appearance of your body. You think that's your body? You think it's a human body? it has always been a divine body. It is divine, and all of the beautiful, beautiful qualities of intelligence, that even if we could experience one of those cosmic qualities in its fullness, we would be in just bliss. It wouldn't be able to function because it would be so overwhelming. And they've been here all along, making up the appearance of your own body and mind. And you thought, this is who I am. I am this individual, separate person, different from others, different from everyone else. But we find out that that's not really true. We find out that it's really a whole field of intelligence. It's a field of intelligence. And that whole field of intelligence is coming awake. It comes awake a little bit more. Right here. And so all around us, in this space, all around us here, in the presence that is here, all around us, it is the self. Yes, it's the self. But that self is full of intelligence, full of cosmic intelligence. And so it becomes more awake through us. If we just be simple, just allow. Because, we don't want to fool around with this stuff. We don't want to fool around with the energy flows and all of that stuff. Don't want to fool around. Because this is a field of cosmic intelligence all around. And so we come to know ourself first as that unbounded field of intelligence. And then what it is, it's that unbounded field of intelligence that uses the body-mind to get to know itself more deeply, to become more familiar with all of its flows of intelligence, all of its beautiful flows of intelligence that appear at a point as the body-mind and as in its boundless infinity as the world and universe and multiverse, whatever. And so it's so natural. It's so natural. This is why we don't want to fool around with that stuff until we at least become awake to being that unbounded reality that you really are. And then if we are simple, innocent, and have that unbounded awareness, just use the whole body-mind in the way it's supposed to, so that it functions naturally. It just functions more naturally, without that, all those concepts and beliefs and ideas and personas, all the different personas and stuff. We want to be natural, and because nature has been functioning through us all along. So we just come back to the way things have been all along. It's you're not trying to become something that you are not. You're just returning to who you really are and have been all along. This is the thing. And so that's what we do here. We just be simple, open, allow the being, the awareness itself, to become more awake to itself, everywhere, at every point, all around. And so it becomes more familiar with itself, just becomes so in touch with itself, so engaged, so intimate, so in love with itself that it's just like kissing itself everywhere within itself. It is so beautiful, so lovely, and opening up more of these beautiful, beautiful, fine, divine qualities that we maybe get a little glimpse of, maybe even not, in our whole life. And yet, it's what you really are. It's what this whole world has been all along. It has been so divine, so spectacular, so incredible. It's just incredible. It's incredible that we've missed all of this. But we don't want to do that anymore. Let's just be simple and open and allow this sort of transparent wave, ripple of the being itself. It's just to ripple and open itself up more, wake itself up more, so that this whole space around us just becomes so predominant that it takes over, just takes over. So we just